Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a very short tarot reading for the eclipse energies. Now I know we are kind of in the middle of it. The next one is on the 8th of April. New moon solar eclipse in Aries. Okay, it's going to be quite a big one, I think. Particularly as we've just had one in the end of March. So firstly, apologies for not being around that much with the tarot. I've been busy for the bulk of this year, finishing off my book. So some of you may have seen that. It's called Love It or More, a guide to spiritual awakening and channeling. Information will be a little bit later in this video. You can order on Amazon and yeah. So yeah, apologies for not being around. It's been a bit full on this year. I will start off with a sound bowl and then we will head straight into your reading. So, a couple of pings. You can close your eyes and tune in with me if you like. Alright, deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, Aquarius. Yeah, so also you would have noticed I've been putting up a lot more channeling. Obviously I'm a channeler and a tarot reader and not an author. Thank you so much for sticking with me, particularly if some of you obviously not that interested in channeling. I just am following my highest excitement because the information is so enlightening, so profound, and I just absolutely love it. So, but do stay with me because I will continue to do tarot when I can. So I really appreciate your support. Right, Aquarius, let us see. We are going to do a couple of oracle cards and then we're going to do a cross of truth to find out how this energy of the eclipses are really impacting you. Okay, remember energies of an eclipse do last for a good 6 months afterwards as well, so you may find this resonates, a little bit later, but good that you watch anyway. Oh, we have delight. Now this came up for the first card as well in my previous reading, which was a Virgo. You are finding the lightness in things, getting delighted in things. It has a light quality to it because obviously represented as a bird. So there's a lightness to your being at the moment, which is really, really nice. It's air energy, which is of course what you are. What else do we have? I feel like there's going to be lots of reasons to feel delighted as well. Oh, we have poised here for you, Aquarius. So you may be at a particular juncture when you're not quite sure which way to go. You're poised, you're sort of frozen in a moment of what's to kind of, which way am I going? And trying to sort of suss it out in that respect. Let's see what the numerology card says for you. In some cases as well, you may just want to be like having a freeze frame of like energy that you're really enjoying yourself. It's almost like you're having a good time and you want more of it, but it could be like you want to stop time and just really enjoy now, but at the same time you recognize that tomorrow is going to come, the next moment's going to come, and perhaps there's some decisions that still need to take place. Okay. We have, oh, hold your vision, fixed moon. Okay, so perhaps you're poised because you need to hold the vision. Perhaps you really are investigating within yourself. I have a dream, I have a goal, I want to achieve something, and yet you may not know how to go about it, which way do I go to get that thing that I want, right? So that may be the thing that's kind of keeping you in this moment of, I want to keep this energy going, I want to be enjoying the delights of life, but I still need to be steadfast in my mission forward. Right, let us do cross of truth now. A little bit more detail for you. But Spirit is absolutely saying, like, enjoy the delights that you are having at the moment. Enjoy the lightness that you're feeling, because all that'll mean is that it'll bring more in, okay? And if you hold your vision with that, even if it's that alone, then you're on a really good and positive trajectory. Okay, let's see. At your foundation, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Desire, Four of Pentacles, what's working in your favor, the Queen of Swords, basically you just being you and doing you, standing in your power. The challenge is the Ace of Swords, and the outcome, the Emperor. Okay, this is obviously Aries energy, which is coinciding with the eclipse, which is obviously the eclipse in Aries. Right. So I feel like you're very solid at the moment. You're feeling a bit strong. You're feeling quite grounded, almost even domesticated. You've got your handle on a certain few things. You know what resources you've got. You're feeling kind of good. You're feeling stable at the moment, which is really, really ace, right? The desire is to kind of, how can you build from here? It's like feeling kind of grounded and a bit secure, I would say, at the moment. You're now having these ideas about, how do I build on this? How do I create more? How can I save? How can I collect my pentacles? How can I add to the feeling that I've got now? So this is where the poise energy comes in. It's like, you're feeling good, you know, you're delighted because you're feeling strong and stable, right? But now you're like, okay, I need to figure out how I'm going to make this last long term. Okay, that's the desire. Great thing is, it's working your power is you being you being your authentic self, you speaking your truth, you having the clarity of vision, you not mincing your words, you being very clear cut, you being ultimately truthful with what you are and how you feel. And I feel like it has an enlightening quality to it, an illuminating quality to it. But the challenge for the eclipse energies is that there's some sort of truth that needs to be brought to the surface, which perhaps you haven't seen yet. Maybe it's a truth that you don't want to hear, don't want to confront. Maybe it's like a reality check of, like, so for example, if you're poised in a juncture of which way to go, knowing full well that you have a vision for the future, it may require a sacrifice, or it may require saying goodbye to one thing. And what is that going to be? Is that going to be a double-edged sword, or what is that going to be? So it is a challenge. However, the outcome for this whole energy is the Emperor. So you are now embracing the strong, divine masculine energy, right, of holding your power, having the foresight to hold the vision, strategizing, planning for the future, and taking the lead. Okay, the Emperor doesn't answer to anyone, maybe the Hierophant and the High Priestess sometimes, but he would just ask them for advice. He would still do what he needs to do, and he would delegate as well. He would know how, he knows how precious his time is. He knows how precious his skills and talents and abilities are, and so he's not going to betray himself. He's not going to lower his standards by doing something that is not executing his ultimate skill, which is foresight, planning for the future, and making stuff happen. If he needs to do that, he would just delegate. He'd get someone else to do it for him, right? So it's a very powerful energy coming through for you. So we are going to clarify. Tower just wants to jump up. I'm not taking jumpers. We know this whole situation would be like a tower moment anyway, because whatever you set forward on, whatever you're poised with at the moment, whatever juncture you're at in, whichever way you go, it's going to cause some sort of tower moment, because it's going to cause some sort of disruption. Okay. Under the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands. Under the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Under the Queen of Swords, we've got the Knight of Swords. No one can stop you. Under the Ace of Swords, we've got the Two of Cups. And under the Emperor, we've got the Nine of Wands. Alright, Aquarius. As I said before, it's just pretty much repeating what I'm saying. You are feeling very solid and stable. You see, the Four of Wands talks about being on holiday. It feels about having a good grounding, having some time out, feeling like you're crossing a finish line, you're enjoying life, okay? It's solid, it feels good. The desire to hold and save and build on finance, on material, on status, on reputation, on love, on your home, whatever the case may be for you, this thing that you want to build in your life, okay? I really like this, because it's clarified by the Ten of Wands. Yes, it's been quite a burdensome journey, okay? And it may require a bit more hard work, but guess what? It's the 10, meaning that he's bringing home the harvest, okay? So he has worked really hard. It may be something that you've been working on for quite some time, maybe even mentally speaking. It doesn't always have to be physical work, right? It could be a health regime that you've been doing, and you've been working on it. You've been putting all your eggs in that basket, and now, even though it's kind of heavy lifting, you're reaching the other side where you can celebrate your efforts, okay? What's working in your favor with the Queen of Swords and you standing in your power, we've got the Knight of Swords here as well. So I feel like no one can stop you. This is a period where you are, it's like you've discovered your voice, right? And of course, you know what your voice is and you know what your thoughts are, but maybe people around you are not that clear on your perception, on your impression, your ideas, and you are basically delivering. So where you are delivering your authenticity and your truth, people might not be that used to it, but you are absolutely delivering it where it needs to go. And with that, I believe, comes quite a bit of research, a bit of communication, maybe even technology. We do have the Mercury retrograde for most of the month of April, so do be aware of that. It can cause quite a few kind of disruptions in communication, misunderstandings, that sort of thing. Communication devices not working very well, technology, that sort of thing, power cuts. But I do feel like you are racing forward. You are really investigating, you are researching, and you've got this wonderful power behind you, because it's almost as if you've discovered this beautiful new voice in you that you always knew that you had, but perhaps you hadn't unveiled it to the world as much. Now, the decision lies, okay, with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so there's some sort of truth that needs to be addressed. It's causing a bit of a challenge over this period. It could be with a significant other, with the Two of Cups there. Okay, it could be with a partnership. Partnership can be romantic, it can be a family, it could be a business partnership or a friend. Okay, it's someone that you are close connection with, and perhaps they are your opposite, but ultimately it's challenging, okay? The truth must come to light in order to find the middle ground. And it may be something that you're not necessarily willing to confront just yet, but as soon as you do, the truth will set you free. So, positive, very positive, particularly if you are speaking your voice and finding your voice. Now's the time to take it to the next level, because the eclipse energy is really serving that, and it's going to put you on a really positive trajectory, okay? Now, the Emperor is clarified by the Nine of Wands. Being that person to take the lead in things can be quite wearisome, okay? It may feel sometimes like, well, why do I always have to take the lead in this? Why do I have to be the wounded one? Why do I have to make the sacrifices? But understand that the Nine of Wands is also a natural ending, and you are so close to the finish line. And what the finish line represents to you is receiving that vision that you had, that vision that you've been holding on to. It can be yours. It can be yours. You know how to apply yourself, okay? So as long as you try and look after yourself, if you're feeling a bit wounded, if you're feeling a little bit tired, try and be gentle to yourself, kind to yourself, but know that this is, you're taking the lead in this. So this is you doing you. It basically takes, it's extremely self-empowering and doesn't allow anyone else to take the power over you. And maybe it's a little bit outside your comfort zone to be in such power of your own desires and vision. But I do feel like you're finding a new sense of purpose. And if you are feeling a little bit tired, a little bit drained, all you need to do is take a little bit of time to relax, recoup, and then keep charging forward, because it is extremely powerful for you. Sometimes it's quite difficult to harness all that power as well, particularly with these energies of the eclipse. Sometimes, you know, it kind of you absorb it all and you feel this fire energy to make things happen. And if you're not that used to it, it could be a little bit overpowering in the sense of overwhelming. So just make sure that you allocate some breaks, that's all. Okay, so an oracle cards in this reading for you. What does Aquarius need to know? The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So this is where the real question lies. Perhaps it's to do with the challenge of the Ace of Swords, that truth. Okay, perhaps you didn't want to see the truth. Perhaps it is a double-edged sword, but there's something that you're clinging on to that is trying to die away. It's trying to wither away because it no longer suits you. But you may still be holding on to it. So just to be aware of just look at some of the attachments that you may have, because it could be, we get very used to attachments, you know. Attachments sometimes make us feel very secure, but it can be also an illusion, you know. Everything has its season. Make no mistake, I mean, that's the change always happens. Change, the only thing that never changes is change, you know. Change is constant. So even though you might have built a very strong foundation for yourself, you know, over time it does wither away, and then you need to break it down and start a new one, right? That is more in alignment with who you are, more in alignment with your voice at present. So it's really bringing all of these things to light for you, Aquarius. So that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It really does help my channel. Obviously, if you're interested in a personal reading or channeling session, check out my website, loveitallmore.com. Information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. It does help. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care.